No, Bob, no. Here you caught me telling Bob no again. Well, Bob's kind of a jerk, you know. He'll spill your stuff just to get over there for no apparent reason. He's kind of a jerk like that, you know. So I had to tell him no. Anyhow, I'm wrestling out my crystals from behind me, so I'll set those over here, and then yeah, there we go. I got quite a plethora of things here behind me, but anyway, tonight we're a little bit earlier, and also my lighting's kind of dim, but you know it's all good. Hey, Sam Thomas, what's up? It's nice to see you. So let's give you the. There we go. All right. So now you're quasi famous. So you've been on my show. Anyhow, tonight we're gonna do a craft. You know which craft started out as which crafts? You know, because you know witches would make things. They put things like amulets and little things together. Hey, Joanne. They put little things together, you know, and they'd give them to somebody, and they'd tell them, "Now, you know, put this under your pillow, and if you put it under your pillow, your bad dreams will go away, or whatever." And it was most likely it was something like lavender and you know things like that that would help them to maybe sleep more peacefully. Hey, Mort, how's it going? And and so then you know in that way they were helpful, you know, and they did a lot of helpful things. And even the broom by the door, you know, is a symbol of you know positivity. You know, sweep that negativity right out the door. I always think of I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair, you know, the old commercial. So but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna sweep that negativity right out of my space. So so anyway, oh yeah, more fires. Yeah, mirror on the door is awesome too. Yeah, it is. And so, and another thing, so we're gonna do is the witch bells. And so, you know, when the bells ring, it keeps out the negativity and it keeps the evil from your door. So I did leave a list of things that you could, you know, use to follow along. This is Bob. Bob's being a turd. So what I got here is I got you can use just string, you know, plain old string, or you can use some I have some twine, so you can use twine. You could use you know, you could use wire for that matter. I did one, and this was the part that went around the doorknob. So it was kind of, I had a you know big door at the time. I have a small door now, so I'm going to do a little bit different one. But this was the part that hung on the doorknob. It was right here, and it's got all kinds of little jewels and stuff on it, and it's kind of kitschy. So, but yes, and you can use crystals. You can use you know, little um, pieces of turquoise. Turquoise is a good protection stone, and you can use you know some onyx if you have some little onyx beads or something like that. You know, you could certainly use stuff like that, and just anything to you really. That's, and you could even like do like this one here. I think that's not really part of this, but I just kind of when I left my house, I took them all down off the doors, you know, because he can make his own protection. And, you know, I think he's got a couple big dogs, so he should be okay. But anyway, I took down my stuff, and, you know, I didn't want him to think that anything was amiss. So, but I didn't forget my little things above the door. Oh, well, I mean, it's nothing that's harmful to anyone. It's all good juju. So, you know, he does with it is his business, and frankly, for me, I'm good. So anyway, I could just cut this off. Oh, here we go. I think it's coming. Anyway, it's then you would proceed to put on little, beads and trinkets and the bells. I do the bells in like like in threes. So if I don't just do three, I do six, or if I don't do six, I do 12, you know what I mean? So that they're in those integers of three. But that's just me. I suppose it's whatever feels good for you. I probably wouldn't do fours. I mean, although there's the four elements, I still, four is kind of not a friendly number. I don't think I think it signifies death, but anyway, I'm not sure. You guys maybe would know. And if you can, if you know something about the number four, post that in the chat if you would. And I usually use 3 strands too, so that you can kind of like braid it, And then what I do is I braid these things in. So what I have here, I think I probably have 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have 6 strings in this one. So then you can do, different things. And yeah, yeah, a bell on the doorknob. Yep, same deal, And it's protection for your home and those that reside within, and it keeps the evil out. And bells in general are something that is like an evil repellent. Bells are. So if you feel like there's some evil in your near vicinity, ring a bell, especially one with a good solid tone, that bing, 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 that's, makes you feel better if nothing else. And it wards off evil. So, bells are always good. They let you know if someone's about, if you think about it, back in the old days, if somebody was jingling your door to see, if it was unlocked, you might want to know. And then the bells would go off, So it was sort of like an early detection security system. So a lot of these things, if you look back in history, there's a practicality about them. And witches are really no different. And we have a certain, we're practical women, or practical people, I should say. I shouldn't be sexist. But we're practical, and we think about, what we're up against in our environment and what we need to do to conquer it, And so that right there just makes us very observant and very, we're in tune with the things around us, let's say. And so, for some people, that's kind of threatening. If you're the bad guy, you don't want to go picking on the person who is going to, be aware of your presence and know what you're up to. So, because frankly, witches, with their intuitive powers, really don't. People who want to be subversive and frankly, and lie to you, don't get very far when you're a witch and you're in tune. Because, frankly, I can tell if somebody's lying, plain as the nose on my face now. But there was a time when I didn't see it. And I didn't know when people were lying to me, because I was a nice person who thought, well, they wouldn't lie to me about that, would they? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I was that nice, that naive, I should say. But yes, I was that nice. And so I prayed, Lord, let me see them coming. Let me see just by the look on their face that I know they're lying. And he blessed me with that. He did. And so The Creator has blessed me now with the ability to just look in someone's eyes and know if they're lying. And it is it's a gift from heaven, because for so long I don't know, maybe I let myself be fooled, but I really was gullible. I'll tell you. And so anyway, you guys use your intuition more than I did, and don't be gullible. So anyways, what I'm doing is I made the loops here so I can hang it, on something. And then I have this little extra string that I'm just going to tie off and cut, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, 4, 5. I'll make sure I have 6, because otherwise I can't get that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is my 6. Okay, good. So now I will work that in by braiding it, and I'll just kind of braid it a couple times just to kind of get it to stay where it's at. So, and just take it and kind of work it in like this right there and that, and then get one of these and bring it over. And if they're not all the same length, it's not a big deal. You can kind of work things in. So there we go. All right. So that guy's worked in pretty good to where I don't think it's just going to come apart. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a bell. Here's a nice green one. It's, here we go. So anyway, yeah, I hear you, Sam. And, yeah, I know it sucks. And it sucks because it means that, you're a nice person. You take people at their word, and it's when you realize that you can't take them at their word and they thought you were foolish and not just nice, that you get angry, but you got to try and contain that. Don't let people make you feel like don't let them make you do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, or that you don't want to do, because that's not the person that you want to be. So many times I hear people say, well, they made me, if if they wouldn't have blah blah blah, then I wouldn't have been blah blah blah. And it's like, no, you are responsible for your own behavior, and it doesn't matter what they do, period. It doesn't matter what they do. They could nail you to a cross, and you can act however you want about that. I know somebody who took it, pretty much lying down and didn't say a word hardly. So, it's all about how you want to, act, how you want to, be portrayed, how how do you, what's this, you write the storyline for your life. What kind of character are you? Are you the kind of character who's a hothead and flies off the handle every time they hear something they don't want to hear? Or are you the type of person who gives things some thought and then decides a course of action? It's tough not to just pop off to people sometimes, because people are jerks. Sometimes people are jerks, and my cat's being a nuisance. And I could get upset about that. I could yell. I could smack her with my stick. But I'm not gonna. See, because I can choose to act however I want, makes you hard on people eventually. Probably hang around a few more days. Yeah, that's the thing. You can choose how you want to view life, and you can choose who you want to hang out with. You can choose how to react to any particular given situation, because it's your life to live and you're the one that makes the script for yourself. And so, write yourself in as the kind of character that you want to be, um, you keep it in until you go off. Well, that's sometimes not really a great course of action. But sometimes, it's all you can do, because, frankly, you try not to give people the full brunt of what you really want to say sometimes, because it's hurtful, and people don't, honestly, people don't want to know. They don't want to know, and it's your opinion mostly, and so I've learned mostly to just keep my opinion to myself, because that's what it is. It's my opinion. And if I really feel the need, like if they're hurting someone else, or if they look like they're on a path of destruction and gonna, hurt themselves, I may say something, but I may not, because frankly, they're an adult. And if that's the course of action that they feel like they want to take in their lives, that's what they're going to do. And, and it's a place and time for everything. Yes, I agree. And sometimes, sometimes it's time to just, be quiet and let things ride. And then there's other times when it's like, nope, time for me to say something. And, you just have to use your intuition and know the difference, and be your best judge on that one. I cannot get this darn string inside this bell. So I'm going to put it down for a minute. Here's another important thing. When doing any kind of craft that is a protection for your home, when it is maybe it's a tincture, something that you want to give people for healing, something that you are, wanting to give, maybe you're making something like a blanket or something for a new baby, or something that you're, really putting something of yourself into. You have to do it with good intention. You have to, if you start getting frustrated with that damn thing because this last stitch is not going in right and it's pissing me off, set that motherfucker down. Just set it down, because you're putting that bad intention into the thing that you're making. It can be detrimental. It could be. We don't know. Oh, hey, Kelly Elliott. And so, really, when you're doing stuff like this, all good vibes. That's right, Sam. Just put all good vibes in it. And if you start feeling you're tipping the other way, put it down. Just put it down. You can come back to it another time. Coffee. It's the nectar of the gods. This is my fraternity mug. It's got my fraternity letters, 2 triangles and a pi symbol, and I'm Ellie Mae, because I was little and blonde and had lots of critters. So yeah, that's fun. So then, anyways, that's my frat mug. I used to drink a lot of beer out of this. Now it's coffee. And it's yummy. So anyhow, so then another thing that you can do is you can put, we were talking about witches jars for protection. I have small jars that I use for stuff like that, and something like that with a little stopper. And then inside you put rusty nails and, broken razor blades, rusty, barbed wire, nasty stuff like that. And then you put some of your hair in it, just some out of your brush, and then you can pee in it. And then what you'll want to do is on a full moon night, seal it. I seal it with wax. I seal it with wax. And then you take it miles away from your house. Take it to a public park somewhere and bury it under a rock. Just get it away from where you live and yourself and where you go every day. So, miles away. And then it'll serve to all of the intent. Oh, and broken glass, broken mirror too is good. Kind of traps it in there. So it traps the bad intent and anything that was coming at you in the jar. So yes, and it's like a wall they have to get through. Exactly. And so then you want to, if you're going to do one now, you want to get it done before the 30th blue moon, which would be a real powerful time to charge it. So it should be good. And so, that's another thing that you can do to protect yourself. This actually, though, is a grounding jar. It's got rocks in it. And, if you live in the city or if you don't live where, you can get your feet on the ground, you can get a grounding jar for $10. You can buy them on the Skeleton Key Network or Madame Mayhem's page. Yeah, and then you can ground yourself or just have a little piece of Iowa. So anyway, there's that. And then there's the witch's bells. And those are also for protection for your home and your, possessions, things like that. Protection stones, be like tiger's eye is a good protection. Anybody else? Anybody got anything else? Tiger's eye and even just like quartz, well, of course, tiger's eye is a type of quartz. And, just let me look that up. It's been a long day. And I am a little bit. So let's see here. I want to say smoky quartz too for some reason. So let's see. I had a lady in Michael's asked me about amethyst. Amethyst is another one. And let's see. Amethyst and onyx, which I have this isn't onyx, this is it is oh, don't tell me now, gosh darn it. Rose quartz, yeah, obsidian, thank you. It's obsidian. All right. And then yeah, I may have more. I tend to freeze up sometimes with my HP and my slow tourmaline. All right, good one. Tourmaline is my birthstone. And I actually have a lovely watermelon tourmaline pin that is it's one of my prized possessions. I love it so much. And so, yeah, hematite is another one. Smoky quartz, I was right on that one. Jet, black onyx, and black tourmaline. So those are, healing crystals and protection from negativity. So, yep. Ooh, manifest money. Let's see what they got to say about that one. Manifesting money. Gold rudolite quartz, green aventurine, citrine, pyrite, and jade. I have all of those and I'm going to put them all together. So yes, I am not just going to manifest money, but I am going to do a spell and I'm going to approach a friend to do the spell with me. And because the last time we did a spell, we were uber successful. So let's see. Black tourmaline is protection, confidence, inner power, emotional stability, and strength. Clear quartz, balance, relief from negativity, relaxing, and increased intuition. Amethyst is balancing, calming, energy protection, and master healer. So it's more of an energy protector. So citrine, stability, confidence, spiritual power, truth, success, and protection. And tiger's eye is inner strength and power and clearing negative energy. So yeah, all good stuff. And also the obsidian and they're just all, there's a lot of good stones out there for protection and just getting you on good vibration. um let's see, hematite, detoxifying, grounding, protection, focusing, memory, and strength. I love hematite, and I have a couple of pieces of it. So um so I kind of gravitate towards it. It's kind of a cool stone too. It's shiny, So I like anything sparkly. It's sparkly and shiny. Oh my god. So this white one though, I can't remember. Um I can't remember what it's called. It's like I think it starts with an S. And it is kind of it's not quartz, selenite. Selenite, I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what it is. But I have a piece of selenite, and it's pretty cool. And it is good for. Oh, well, let's see. It doesn't say. It cleanses negative energy after being out. Oh, doing people's readings and stuff. So so it cleanses. It's a cleansing stone. Yep, that's definitely what it is. Selenite. So that's cool. It's I have like a little, octagon thing. Uh, yes, they can also trap negative feelings as well. Yeah. I always think of obsidian, and the other black one, uh, onyx. Can trap bad feelings. And then there's also, oh, it's not hematite. It's black though, like that, and I can't think of what the name is now. I forget these things so easy. It's ridiculous. Um, oh, crickets and frogs in the background. Yeah, you know, it's weird, but uh, I, I said, well, you hear that in the background, that like the peepers. I hear that all the time. I think they would consider that tinnitus. And I think it's probably from all the loud rock concerts that I've been to. And it sounds like peepers. And I would have just thought it was, except for I heard that noise in my room in the middle of winter. All the windows were closed, and there was no way it was that. It was not peepers making that sound. And so I knew then that I had something going on with my hearing. It kind of gets progressively worse every year. And so someday, it'll just, you'll just have to yell at me. uh, One stops, all stop at the same time. You hear too much. I can't hear anything. So I'm kind of like oblivious. Sometimes, it's a blessing, and other times not so much, when people are trying to tell you something and they have to repeat themselves 5,000 times. Yeah, it's not so great. They kind of don't like that. But on the other hand, you can just say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. And move on at times. But it's no good. And it is what it is. You pay the price for, the things that you do when you're young. Remember that, kids. You pay the price for stuff when you're young. Stand right in front of that speaker when Gene Simmons is right there, and you're just listening to the music and you can feel the hairs inside of your ear vibrating, and you feel it in every inch of your body. It's exciting at the moment. And then later you hear crickets all the time. It is what it is. That's darn good coffee, you know what? Now that I'm all jazzed up. Yeah, so we were talking about protection, uh, like literally speaking. I like handguns too. Couple of 9mm pistols, a 380, 22 long barrel pistol, 22 rifle, and two 12 gauges. And I think I'm pretty well armed. And so I do definitely. Yeah, I know, right? I know. That's funny too, because I saw Iron Maiden and I was probably like right there, Greg Allman. Yeah, that would have been good too. I love the Allman Brothers. One of my favorite songs is I got to run to keep from hiding. Oh, yeah. So, Midnight Rider. 212s. Yeah, that's right. That's right, sister. Yeah, I went, sadly. Well, not sadly. I went, uh, target hunting, target practice with the 12 gauges. And I had, Sam throwing the birds for me. Well, I only did a few, needless to say. And I thought, oh, well, I'd come back later. Well, I had taken them out of the pickup and I set them next to and kind of a little bit under. So the next time I left, I ran over half the box of birds. So now I don't have any, well, hardly any, but I do have a minnow bucket full. So I still can do a few. But I was really disappointed with myself for doing that silly stuff. Jeez Louise, what was I thinking? So anyway, one more silver, and one more silver dollar. No, I'm not gonna let them catch me, no. Not gonna let them catch the midnight rider. Yeah, that's good stuff. Pistol grip, I know, I love my pistol grip 12 gauge. No live birds. No, I didn't get a hunting license. I do have a fishing license though. And so I do have a fishing license and I did get my trout stamp. So I think I may try to trout fish again, before leaving Iowa. Maybe one more time. So we are yeah, unless, my grandfather always told me, unless I was going to kill it and eat it, don't kill it, because there's just no point in that. That's just wasteful, and God doesn't care for that. So, um, let's see. I honestly, dear, I do not have any experience with that at all. Um, Unknowingly face two mirrors at each other and open portals and let things in. I don't, I have no experience with that, and I'll be quite honest. I know someone who does, maybe, well, she might. She's probably got more. I know she has more paranormal experience than I do. But yeah, Sam, she should talk to Terry Wilson, I believe, maybe, and she might know uh what is going on with that. um and I felt weird, like things have shifted. I swear to God, the other day I had a bracelet on and I took it off. I know I took it off. I went on a walk. I looked down. The thing is on me. And I'm like, how'd that happen? I said, didn't I take this off? I was sure I did. And of course, Sam, I don't know, but it's felt odd. Things have felt odd. So yeah, of course, yeah, she's our resident expert. She's our resident expert witch. So yeah, it's just really weird. Electrical zaps of static, multiple headphones afterwards. Huh. Yeah, weird things are going on. I totally agree with that. And it's nice to have your feedback because it's like at least we're getting it out there that yeah, weird things really are happening around here. Because I think sometimes people think, oh yeah, an EMF. Cat toys, the cat balls. I always think of the cat balls as an EMF. You can get them on Amazon. They're cat balls, and you set them just set them out randomly, and if they go off, something's making them go off. I think maybe if you is it something that seems, and use your intuition on this one, is it something that seems evil? Does it seem maleficent or what do I want to say? Malfeasant. Oh, they're hundreds of miles away. Well, I just ask them, does it feel like it's malicious? Does it feel like any moment we could just get slaughtered in our sleep? Because you'll feel it. You'll feel scared, in a way that's not just, wow, I'm in awe, it's no, this is troubling. You should be able to feel it, if it's evil, really evil. And it's trying to be intrusive. Well, it may just be like, wanting to give you a shock and laughing their ass off afterwards, like a poltergeist type situation. It may not be, malfeasant. Why can't I think of the word malevolent, I guess? But yeah, it may just be something, it may be just a trickster and not really, wanting to hurt anybody or, be malicious, I guess is this term I'm thinking of. You can sage and tell it it's time to go now. And, wherever it is you came from, you need to go back there now. And you need to leave everyone here alone. Because really, if you got intent behind that, and you got your sage and you got your crystals to protect yourself, that's enough. They should go. If it seems like you may feel like you're not powerful enough to send them away, it's really in you. But you have to really get behind it, and you have to really, put some intent there and believe that you can do it, that you can make this change within the universe. So yes, and just take your sage, let your sage focus yourself and tell them, get the hell out of here. Nobody wants you here. But if you think it might be grandma's spirit just lingering about, hanging out with the grandkids, maybe you don't want to be quite so up front. Just say, look, Granny, we're tired of your shenanigans. Maybe it's time to move on. So it could be aliens. Who knows? I said that to somebody today, that you just don't know what out there in the universe, that I believe there's things I have no clue about, that I can't even imagine that exist in the universe. And I know that they're out there, that, aliens exist. I'm sure they're out there. Angels probably do exist. You know, um, Bigfoot just might exist. All those things. Loch Ness Monster. They did hear some sounds. Fair enough. They found some sound. They heard some sounds, but sadly, they didn't get them recorded. So we'll just have to wait another year for the big Loch Ness Monster get together, where they all get together and they look for Loch Ness, they look for Nessie, So which it's cool, they heard some stuff. They didn't get it recorded, but that's okay. There's always next year. And then angels, yes, I believe angels do exist. I believe I have encountered them on multiple occasions. And I think they have helped me, in situations where I needed them. And yeah, I really think that I'm for a firm believer that angels do exist. So, and then going to see some stuff coming up. Maybe Bigfoot's here to help us. Maybe. You don't know. And I think if Bigfoot's here to help us, he's here, he hides out in the woods because who'd want to hang out in the city, Not only that, it's like, people are cruel. And I mean, it's sad. But they'd probably like tie him up and put him in a zoo, and that's just not right. So no wonder he hides in the forest, honestly. Oh, friend's kid died at 21 from throat cancer. Oh, he saw angels 2 weeks before he passed. Yeah, I believe angels are definitely among us. I think they do exist. And I think they try to send messages to us through the numbers, angel numbers. I see them all the time. And so, and it emboldens me to keep going sometimes, they came to comfort him. Yeah, I know, because I think angels came and got my mother, they came when she was ill and she had to go to the hospital. She didn't really want to go, but it was a flood situation. So they had to come and get her in a boat. The two most beautiful, I'll say beautiful, men that I had ever seen in my life came and picked her up and took her to the hospital. They were so beautiful, so gorgeous. They were better looking than any television EMT or firefighter or any police officer I'd ever seen. They were gorgeous. And they were kind, and they helped my mother, and they took her to safety. They took her to the hospital where she needed to go. And they were just kind to me, And it was just a brief encounter, but I'm just sure that they were angels, And then another time I got in trouble and I was out on the interstate and I was having some kind of episode. I don't know, but I almost hit a semi and they helped me, after I got off the side of the road and stuff, and they helped me, and they, cops would have, done a breathalyzer. They had taken you to the hospital. They had impounded your car. Not these guys. They called my family. They had my family come get me in my car. They didn't, that no cars were impounded. They just were very kind and very helpful. And I think they weren't really cops. They were angels. They were Iowa State troopers, and I think they may have actually been angels. So you just never know. You may encounter an angel at any point throughout your life. And if you do, they're probably going to help you. So, or maybe they'll test you. I don't know. Maybe they'll be more like Michael and they'll test you. So, yeah. Good people, we have, if I know what you mean, Sam. And honestly, I kind of was feeling that way myself. However, we have to be the change that we want to see. And it starts with us. we have to be the good people that we want the rest of the world to be. And yeah, sometimes you might take your lumps, sometimes you might take a few licks for it, but just be cautious about who you're kind to and use your intuition. Is this person really someone that, I should be helping, or is this someone that is just trying to, pull a fast one on me or something, Are they going to rob me, or can I be kind to them? Use your intuition. But, excuse me, I have terrible allergies right now. But yeah, we just have to be, people wear masks and you can't tell sometimes. And I understand that. And that's why you look in their eyes. Look in their eyes. They can't hide who they are. It's hard for them to hide who they are. And people who are lying to you, will not want to look you in the eye. They'll look away. They'll be like, yeah, I did that. And we went here and we went there, and they might briefly look at you, but then they'll look away, and, we went and did that and this, that. And you'll just know. You'll know. Let your intuition tell you. Listen to it. Because so many times I thought, something's up with this person. What's up with this person? What did they do? But the thing of it is, I shouldn't have worried so much about what was up with them, what their story was, just so much that I knew they were a liar. Eventually, they probably would do something that was not something good that I was really wanting to happen. and that I should just remove myself from their presence ASAP. Because, you just have to, sometimes you just have to remove yourself from their presence. If you can remove them from your presence, all the better. But yeah, sometimes it's just removing yourself. Because you just can't, you can't allow that kind of energy in your life, or it will suck you dry. Some people are like energy vampires, and they'll suck at your energy until there's just nothing left, And I'm sure you've all met them, the kind of people that, like at a PTA meeting, you're standing there talking to them and you just kind of get closer and closer and closer to the door because you really can't talk to this person anymore. They're sucking you dry. I'm sure we've all met them. So then, I try not to be one of them. If I see people sort of edging, I'm like, okay, see ya. Have a nice night. Bye-bye now. But, I know I've done that on occasion. But anyway, you have to be cautious of those people as well, because they will suck it from you. And that's another thing why you wear protection, things like this, because then you can just, finger your protection and know that it'll all be over soon, it'll all be over shortly. I know. It's okay. And it takes up that negative energy, that maybe they're, trying to push your way. So, because, people will do it even unknowingly. They'll push negativity at you. And I think you just have to kind of take all of it with a grain of salt. And just, things are not ever going to always go right. Sometimes things are just going to be shit. But you know what? You can always turn it around. You can always say, that might not have gone the way I wanted it to, but tomorrow might be the best day ever. Tomorrow everything might go my way. You have to live in the belief that life is good. It can be your way. And that, the things that you have planned for yourself, the life that you want to lead, is there for you to have. You have to take steps towards getting there, but it's there and you can get it. Just make a plan, say a prayer, and get out there and start living it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I made a plan. I went out and did it. And now it's time to start living it. Because, I was reminded that, you're there. Why are you having a bad time? Because you finally made it to the place that you wanted to be. And now it's time to just take it all in and enjoy it. Have a little fun, Don't be so serious all the time because you don't have to be. I guess for so many years I thought I had to be. I had to be the serious one, the one who got things done, the one who was always the consummate, business person, or, just the person who everyone else went to, to get things done. I guess I felt like I kind of had fallen into being that person. And, the person people depended on, because I was reliable and dependable and all that. And so then I had a lot of responsibility. And I had to, not just people, but, not just humans, but animals as well, And so I took it seriously, and I think I became a little bit more serious than I really want to be. And now is my chance to just kind of be silly and just have fun and, be a little bit more relaxed. Like, I don't even know how to do that. I'm working on it. And also, I'm doing more paranormal investigating. And I have seen some things that I could not explain. I was not lucky enough to get any of it on record. But I am telling you, I've seen some stuff I cannot explain. And that's all. But it's made life super exciting, just, being out there witnessing things like that. It's like, oh my God, did I really just see that? Just we at one of the parks we were at. Swear to God, I thought it was Sam walking back from the showers. It was not. It was not him. And we saw this person. They were on the road walking, and then we thought, well, they're going to come around the truck, and so we went over to look. Nobody, no tracks, no nothing into the woods, no nothing. It was interesting and kind of scary, but kind of exhilarating as well, And so, yeah. Dark, misty fog that has a consciousness, no form or body, just like a cloud. No, but I did the other day see, you know what heat waves look like if they're coming off of like a car or something, and you've been driving a little ways, you park it and you look and you can see these little heat waves rising off of it, or like off the pavement, you see the heat waves. I saw that, and it was in the cemetery, and it was around this like sheep. It was like a monument, and it was a little sheep, a lamb, and I could see like this, heat wave kind of going around it, so you could see it was like a disturbance in the air, and I could see that, and I could hear children laughing, and then women talked to me. So it was just women and children that I, witnessed that day. And I didn't see any of the women, and all I saw was just this kind of movement of the air, this kind of apparition. But and I could hear the children and the women had some few comments for me that made me laugh, but it was just women and children. It was very not threatening. It was very calm, and I did just some grave rubbings of some couple of interesting monuments, and it was no, just ghosts on the property. It was a cemetery. It was an old cemetery. There was some of them had died before 1800. So it was a pretty old cemetery for this area of the country. And so, yeah, kind of like looking through a kaleidoscope, only not as colorful. It was just like I said, like heat waves coming off of the pavement or coming off of something hot, and you can just see the movement of the air kind of like that. And that's what it looked like to me. And so, but it was going around this little lamb, and so I could see it change, like like they were going around, So, but it was very peaceful and very calm, and they were not at all threatening. And I took nothing that I didn't take in. I took nothing with me that I didn't bring, and I left a little tiny bit of some food that I was eating as an offering, and so anyway, yeah, it was a neat experience. It was just me there, and it was middle of the day, and I'd get hot because I was riding my motorcycle, and I had to stop and look at my map, which I had forgot my phone. But I thought, well, I'll just sit here and have some water and a little snack and perk up a bit and keep going. And so anyway, Bob, stop it. Oh, Bob, you're creating havoc. So anyway, that's what, and so that was my paranormal experience for this last week. I think it was, yeah, I want to say it was last week or the week before. So I've been trying to get out more and just experience things like that, be in places where maybe something like that could happen, and I'm opening myself a lot more because I feel more confident in my abilities, and I feel like I know what to do. I know, the things to say, and I know how to, protect myself. I know how to make my mind not a good place for them, and I know how to just shield myself from those things, and what to do and what not to do. Like not. It's okay if you pick something up. It's okay if you look at it. It's okay if you touch it, whatever, within reason, but don't take it with you. Don't take it with you. No, it was a feather actually that I saw, and I thought, I would take that with me and look it up when I got home, and because I didn't have my phone, and it was like, no, you're not. You're gonna look at it. You're gonna memorize it, and then you're gonna go look it up when you get home. So that's exactly what I did, and because I had remembered someone very, very knowledgeable telling me, take nothing, nothing, not a pebble, not a stone, not a feather, nothing with you when you leave. So that is for them and not you. And so I respect that. And so, yeah, I think I had a very nice commune with spirits that day. And I left feeling refreshed, actually, not at all drained. I think it was just right place at the right time. I think they were just all real happy that day, and I was happy that day, and everybody was just grooving, good vibe. So paranormal investigating can give you a real good vibe too. You don't have to necessarily be drained of it. It is exciting, it's exciting to get that feeling of that you may have made contact with the other side, and if you didn't, at least it was a good afternoon. So we're coming up on 53 minutes, so what I'm going to have to do is say goodnight to everybody. We could run over a little bit, but Bob is driving me nuts, so I'm gonna sign off for tonight and see if I can't entertain Bob just a little bit before it's time to go to bed. So I love it that you guys came and spend. Thank you, Sam. I'm glad to see you too again, and come back on Wednesday. I'll be doing Madam After Dark at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm not sure what we'll be talking about, but it's going to be a little bit naughty. So tune in for Madam After Dark on Wednesday. And thank you, Joanne. Thank you, everyone, for coming. And, many blessings to all of you. And blessed be to all of you out there in, Facebook land and YouTube land and anywhere you're watching in reruns. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And go subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on the Skeleton Key and at my Madam page. And like some of these videos if you like them. And let's propel this thing to the moon. Blessed be everybody.